It's the duo that you love the most, covering events from coast to coast. That podcast is all about the fun with your hosts, El Pity and John. Chirping about gossip like chickadees. Turn up the cast and enjoy the tea. The podcast with the beauty and the brawn. One's a gay turkey and the other is a black swan. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. It's that podcast. Live from the John and Company studio in Denver, Colorado, it's That Podcast. And now, here are your hosts, El Pity and John.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Oh, El Pity, we are up in this bitch. My name is John.
I'm El Pity.
It's hashtag.
That Podcast. I forgot how to do hashtags.
Hashtag plus peace equals this show. Well, of course, shout out to DJ Khaled if you're listening. We love your support. DJ Khaled. Episode 109, El Pity. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You know what's so funny is that 109, it was the temperature was at like 1 p.m. today.
That is disgusting. That's disgusting.
According to my computer, it's 109, but according to my phone, it still says 114 right now.
Okay, that why? Why? Mother Nature, right?
Know.
Did you hear about this too, El Pity? There's people who are going to a certain area in the United States to be in 130 degree temperature. I think they're going to Death Valley, correct? That's where they will be, is death. Mm-hmm. If they do that, but that to me seems crazy.
I would go if there was an air conditioned van and I just could step out for just 5 minutes just to experience. Actually, no, 2 minutes, because being outside for 5 minutes in 100 plus weather is not it. So
I'm with that, yeah. But I get, you know what's confusing me, because there's part of me that had that thought too. But isn't it weird that we're just like, what new do you learn by being in a even more hot climate? To me, it's like, yes, perspective, maybe.
Yeah.
But because I had the same one. I'm like, well, I want to go to experience quickly,
yeah.
In and out, boom,
I think what you would learn is to learn how fast you get a heat stroke. So
very exactly how quickly you can perish on this earth. But to me, there's just no desire for that. I'm like, why would you do that? And you, God forbid, your air conditioner goes out like that, or you don't have water or whatever people drink that isn't sparkling water or soda.
And I think we've talked about this, but like people do marathons.
People do marathons in Death Valley, in their bedroom. It depends. It just depends what you're into.
Hike all of Death Valley,
Yep, they'll take it all night.
Smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no.
Yep, boom, in and out. Yeah, the reality is I don't know how people exercise in Death Valley. Mm-hmm. I don't know how they even go there in 130 degree heat. I think that's what it was.
Yeah,
it's a meme. It's
a meme.
Yeah, it was a picture. Because here's what's confusing. Now the news articles are there. They be posting pictures about their headlines and what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So now it's tough to differentiate. I'm like, I don't know.
When I was streaming yesterday, Associated Press came out with a news article that was like, Phoenix has just hit its 18th or 19th straight day of 110 plus heat.
No way. I feel like none of us are even that unique anymore, because the summer has been so hot for everyone. But I feel like every state has had exactly like you said, like record heat. Granted, Colorado is no 115 degrees, but we had our hottest day this summer on Monday, which is bonkers. Like, we shouldn't be in the 90s to 100. Like, that is just It's just too much.
It should be down here, so.
It should be not here. That is for darn sure.
Right.
But it's also when you travel, right? Everyone thinks Colorado is like a cow town, and B, like very cold climate. A lot of like. I feel like there's a lot of people who believe that about Colorado. They're like, wow.
Yeah, people don't understand that there's 300 days of sun.
Yes, 300 days of sunshine.
Because it's rained most of spring. It's pretty much all the spring. So, yeah.
Exactly. It's just, but I love it. I don't want to tell too many more people to move here because the rent is too damn high.
It is.
Are you now? I'm on a new microphone, as is El Pity. So we apologize for our, what we'll say, audio problems. Visually, we're absolutely appealing, so I can't say it would be audio and visual, but the audio has been, as they say, fucked up, and fucked in the bussy. And now, are you hearing the sound effects as well?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, perfect. I mean, because the sound effects, as you guys know, is basically our third co-host. It
pretty much the main co-host. We're just like sidekicks too.
Yes, exactly. We are actually just the extras to the sound effects. Yes. It's like orders up. We're like, duh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun. And you know what is cute though about like our sound effects? I feel like our sound effects, and of course some callbacks we do, it's like it really does, like, it's such a, what I'll say, like an in thing. for our podcast. Like there's a lot of like what I'll say, like the inside jokes. Much of that also does come literally from the soundboard. Because if you're newly listening, like this fantastic, the shrill scream for shout outs. So that of course is our first segment, but that shrill scream, it just, you know, anytime I hear some of this stuff, girl, and I'm being a little bit nostalgic today, it just takes me back to the studio days. Like when you and I started as this very like small little podcast in this tiny office, which you guys can catch on the That Podcast docuseries, not available on YouTube.
Yes.
But it's just crazy to think like where we've come from that point, where we are in our lives. We're geographically.
Gotta go back to heat in that little office. Remember that?
Oh my word!
Remember when it was just super hot one day, and we were recording? I think it was like a Saturday too, and
we were committed.
You looked at me because we were complaining about the heat, and you looked at me. You looked out the window, then you looked at me, and you went, "You know why it is so hot in here? I just figured it out."
Oh yes,
the sun.
The sun, girl. And you lost it. It was hilarious, but it was. I mean, I did too. I mean, it's like, well, yes, no, literally no shit.
No shit.
That office, you know, I gotta tell you, that studio was super cute. We did a lot of really fun things there. But it did, to your point, like when the sun was beaming up in that office.
Oh my gosh!
It felt like Death Valley. You know,
right.
Hey,
we had the AC on. Like the AC didn't go out. Like
no, there was central air conditioning, and then I even bought one of those stupid as seen on TV air conditioners
which
to just have this.
Great, by the way.
It's pretty good. It's actually a water swamp. I don't know, swamp water cooler. So you got to put water on the top of it, and then it gives you cold air when you plug it. It's very small. It's like the size of a Nintendo GameCube.
Back in my days,
yes, I know. I was like, as it came out, I'm like, Jesus, I sound old. It's like, at least I didn't say the other Nintendo, but yeah, it's this is what we lost on people. They're like, a GameCube. What's that?
Right.
A console, a Nintendo console from my generation. Actually, it was kind of late in my generation, but I digress. Well, anyway, it is time for shout outs. Who's your first shout out?
So we were on the nostalgia little train. I don't know.
Stalking nostalgia.
Yes. I mean, stalking nostalgia.
Tomato.
You know, let's talk about it. But anyways,
hold on. I just said that, and someone said to me the other. I'm not joking you when I say this. Someone said something about pronouncing something, and then instead of tomato, they said orange. And they were dead serious of it. I'm like, what the fuck did I just? And it was in a setting in which I couldn't challenge what the hell I just heard.
Right.
And I was like, who in God's name says instead of tomato, they say orange?
Or
I said
orange.
I said, wow, orange. I mean, I don't even know what that if it's at the language, but later I was like, that's a peach. No, I'm just kidding. Hey. No, but I was floored by that. But anyway, I digress. Have you ever heard that in your life?
I have not, but it made me think about a TikTok that Jen sent me about this girl who can't say the word hippopotamus.
Yeah,
and it's hilarious. Actually,
a lot of kids called me that when I was a kid, so I can pronounce that, girl. I can spell it too, bitch. HIPP. Like, oh yeah, that's not my name. Got it.
It's not your name.
My name is actually FA. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh God.
Just kidding. I was called a few times, including, believe this or not, I mean, a lot of young queer people, like they have kind of weird experiences. But I was walking home from Target, and they yelled this slur at me. I'm not saying this is funny. It's just very unfortunate. But they yelled this slur at me, and they had a bucket of water that they threw out of their car window at me. And I said, this is crazy. So I was like, and it was like insane aim because they got me, gal. Like I was so, just driving there. I know, but it's like also I'm like a bunch of high schoolers. So I'm like,
let's get a bunch of water and put in a bucket and like call people slurs and doing this all at Target.
Exactly. Which was all it was on the way home from Target. It was on a very popular road in Aurora, Colorado called Buckley Road. Good old Buckley. Yeah, so that was that. Who knows? Maybe they just wanted to get my shirt wet to see my tits. But
maybe they were doing the ice bucket challenge. Who knows?
Maybe they were way ahead of their time.
Right.
Except for I don't remember that one thing being yelled as they do it. But right. I digress. Nonetheless, your shout out is womb.
Well, first, before I go into my shout out, say the word chrysanthemum.
Persancanang.
No, chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum?
Oh, I'm like promiscuous. No, say it one more time. Go ahead.
Carmex.
I'm like Carmela. Carmex.
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum. Chrysanth. Say it again.
Chris.
San. The. Mum. Chrysanthemum.
So close. So close.
Chris, say one more time for me.
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
There you go. Very nice. There it is.
I just said just go with God in that one. I said let's just let it flow. I said just you're just a conduit, John. You're just a conduit, John. Just
Lord, I lift your name on high.
Exactly. Our God is an awesome God. Oh yes, he reigns, and he got me through that segment. Thank goodness.
Anyways,
do not ask me to say it again from memory because I can't.
No,
I put the Christ in chrysanthemum.
Oh dang, we're gonna end it on a great note, and then then he said it wrong still.
Yep. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away. It's how it goes, folks. The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
So close, so close. Anyways, my shout out. The shout out goes to I don't know why I had to respond.
Good one, LP. Let's get that again. I'll always be here to support you, bitch. Don't you forget that. All right, so who is your shout out?
So once again, as we were going down nostalgia lane on the nostalgia train, we remembered one person that we used to work with and, volunteer at events and stuff with, just see each other all the time. That's our friend Pat. So just want to say hi to Pat. Hi.
Hey, Pat. We literally knew this woman's first and last name. And then turns out she has a YouTube channel. She has a show. Who knows? Maybe she'll co-host with us one day.
Right.
Yeah, good old Pat. Hey, Pat, if you're listening.
With Pat, right? Chat with
I think so. Chat with Pat. So chat GPT. No, Pat, if you're trying to live under the radar, we're very sorry. You're about to get super famous because we just mentioned you on #that podcast.
Yes. So, not sorry about it.
No, it's true. I mean, a lot of people didn't know who DJ Khaled was before our show, so thank God we essentially made DJ Khaled along with a myriad of other people.
Yes.
Aretha Franklin, just to name a few.
Who else?
Many people. So the thing is, our impact is so widespread that it's amazing. No, but yeah, big shout out to Miss Pat.
Yes.
Now the scream shout out. The scream is just so horrible. It's my favorite scream ever. She's all. I'm like, what's going, girl? What?
Why?
What has you so startled? Like, that surely can't be a spider. Anyway, my shout out goes to Miss Cookie Monster.
Oh, yeah.
So of course, my Cookie Monster crossed the Rainbow Bridge on actually March 20th, which is crazy. It feels so long away, but also like it just happened.
Yeah.
And it's her birthday tomorrow, Miss Thing. So it's Cookie Monster Cookie's birthday tomorrow. And so, the only thing that I ask is because, just like Cookie, she was so darn sweet, is if you're listening to this, just go do something sweet, right? For someone, for something, whatever it is, but just something sweet, because that's what Cookie would want us all to do. So that is my shout out for the week.
We love you, Cookie.
We love you, Cookie Girl. No, for real, I do.
Chasing cars up in heaven and stuff like that.
Oh, yes. I love that little doggy. She was the cutest little thing. She was a Cocker Spaniel Pekingese mix. They call them Cockaneses. And which was also a nickname for me in college. But the interesting thing about Cockaneses is she had like this cute like Cocker Spaniel face, and then this little Pekingese body. But she was a little angel, a little blonde little lady.
She's
so she is missed every day, but her legacy lives on. That reminds me, there's been people on the internet, LPD. You and I were talking at pre-show.
There's people on the internet?
There's people on the internet. if you can believe it.
What?
Breaking news. Dun, 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 dun. So there's this gal specifically on the internet.
Just one.
Does that narrow it down? No, her name is Pinkadol. Okay.
Pinkadol.
And she now you guys have got to Google this because this is like a rapidly growing is the word I'm trying to find trend, and I'm just going to give you an audio taste of what it is. Gang gang.
Amazing. Ice cream's so good. Yeah.
Ice cream's so good.
Ooh, ice cream's so good. Ooh, yes, popcorn. Oh, thank you, baby. This is so cute.
So all it is like, help me understand. So people are basically paying for emojis.
Yes. So this is called like the NPC stream, and then there's another name for it. I forgot it. Sorry.
Yeah, dumb as fuck, but makes a lot of money stream.
Exactly.
But listen, and I'm not gonna hate on anyone. OnlyFans people who do this dumb shit, like. I am tripping out that there's literally people who are up on the internet talk about, I need to keep paying this person to say these words.
Mm-hmm.
That's where our society is. So go our society, first of all. Like, I wanted flying cars, and we got this bullshit.
Got TikTok.
Thanks a lot. Anyway. Yum, yum, yum.
And let's just be real. If I had 1,000 followers on my TikTok, I would be doing it. Let's just be real.
Oh, no. And when she first began, they are reporting that she made $2,000 to $4,000 on each stream.
Yes.
And you guys, all she's doing is she's making popcorn with a flat iron in front of her face.
Yep.
So that's like, and then she's just literally saying these words.
Right. And here's the thing. She used to just make the popcorn, and then all of a sudden she started doing that. So
it's crazy. And now people are jumping on this train. They're saying, yum, yum, yum. Ice cream's so good.
Like I saw one girl who was like criticizing it at first, and she was like, oh, she makes a good bag out of this. So she's like, I tried it. And it was funny because like she broke character, still made like $850 on a stream.
That is crazy. And people are like, yum, yum, yum. Yeah. So that's what it is. So there's this guy named Pinkadol. And so if you guys start seeing this all over the internet, don't feel like you are having a stroke. It is actually content that people are realistically producing. And then also, but here's the other thing really to think about, right? Like not to get like all super like Orwellian on all of us here, but that is super easy to, like if that becomes, let's just say, our entertainment, right? That's a super easy thing to be enabled and what I'll say created through AI technology, right? Like it's such simplistic. We are literally like, say this. Oh, she said this. Yay.
Right, exactly.
It's crazy to me. They're like, say ice cream. She's like, ice cream's so good. Yum,
and
yum,
I was telling you this before we got on the podcast. Ice cream's so good.
It's just so stupid. She literally says, yum, yum, yum. Ice cream is so good. And she said various stupid shit. And again, I'm not dogging on her. Like, it's just, but we can all agree it's dumb, right?
But
like
it's working.
But it's working.
It's working, weirdly enough. But
this is just like the telephone, the airplane. Sorry, you were saying.
Telephone and the airplane. So there is a Chinese version, which I think is where it kind of started. I could be wrong. I don't know. Didn't do my fact checking, but I've seen it before. I saw this popped up on my For You page before the NPC stuff started happening. But in China, I think it's China, pretty sure, because I get a lot of Chinese TikToks for some reason.
I love that.
It's taken over. Anyways, like they'll have live streams where it's like 4 women. Sometimes it's 3 women and a man who's also dressed up as a woman.
Who's also dressed up as a woman. Yes.
Anyways.
This is my ally friend.
Yes. And like he was getting so much love too, but like they'll put signs above each person's head, and each one is a gift. So if you send a heart, that person comes up and does a solo dance. If you choose another one, another person comes up and do a solo dance, and then there's one gift that all of them do the same dance, and like they kind of rehearse and stuff like that. But it's not like the best dancing.
Wait, you said a gift would be like an emoji?
Like whatever they send in TikTok. So like, oh, I sent you a little corgi. Oh, the corgi goes here. Oh, this person has a baseball hat. Okay. So,
oh wow. So let me ask you this: do you know, are those customizable?
The gifts?
The gifts?
No, I don't know.
Are you saying gifts or gifts?
Gifts. T.
Gift, that's the T right there. So what would your gift be if you were on a TikTok and it was like you and I had a channel, okay? And we're all, hey, I'm gonna dance every time this happens. What would be yours?
I don't know. I didn't think that far. I was like, I don't have 1,000 followers yet, so I didn't even start playing it.
But think about if you and I right now, what would my emoji? I think would be. See, I immediately think the eggplant emoji, but I'm like, no, I need to be better. And then like the second thing, I'm like the peach emoji. I'm like, these are all bad. But honestly, because I have thick thighs, I would probably do the cake emoji.
Okay, I like that. Okay, I'm actually gonna pull up TikTok gifs. So
she's like going really into this. I didn't even know that what I just said could actually not be a gift.
Yeah, well, I don't TikTok gifs worth. Okay, let's see. How much are TikTok gifts really worth?
How much are they? Can you please tell us?
So it looks like some of them are just like one TikTok coin, which I don't know how much that is. Is that like a cent?
Yeah, so mine would be cake. It looks like cake is worth 20 TikTok coin, however much the exchange is. You could do GG, yeah, or finger heart or hand wave.
Yeah, I would do the finger heart. Oh yeah, like a corgi is 299 coins.
Oh wow.
There is a lion that is 29,999 coins.
Wow, that's so interesting. We could do, hot air balloons. Now, if you young people are listening to this, this is really wonderful. I really have, for the first time ever, I've seen these things. The lion really does mean business. It says, bitch, you gonna fucking pay me.
There's a bug crawling on my desk. Sorry about that.
No problem. You're living in squalor. She's like, there's so messed up. Anyway, I was going to talk about a meme that happened, but anyway, I digress. So what would yours be? So mine would be cake, whether it's worth that or not. I would just say cake just seems like something. It looks like you can get a cake. And yours would be?
I like this little star here.
I like the star for you too. I think that's a great option.
So
El Pity has put a lot of weight in this question. No. She absolutely does not want no weight. I'm like, in fact, no, I'm telling you, you did a full research on this, El Pity.
Oh yeah, I did that.
El Pity left us for a brief moment in time. She's come back. She does this. It's really cool. She kind of has these kind of out of body experiences, and then comes back
the website was like freezing, so I was like freaking out a little bit because I'm like, did everything freeze just now? Oh my god, what's going on? Oh no! So that's what's happening.
I said I put a lot of weight. You put a lot of weight into this. You said no. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess you didn't.
I mean,
you put a lot. No.
The way that I put it into it is just watching these TikToks, and I'm just like, and I sit here and I'm like, I would never watch something like this, and then 5 minutes later, I realize I'm sitting here watching it. So,
100%. Yum, yum, yum. I love ice cream.
Yes.
So that is a fun thing. So go her for making her coins, sis. They're, the other thing that went, hit me up.
So I was like, treadmill, pool treadmill, pool balls. I forgot what it is, but there is a TikTok that they race pool balls on a treadmill, and it's so addicting.
Oh God! Again, you were just saying like I had no context to those words. You're like pool balls. I'm like, what is going on? But that El Pity, this is what we have to realize. That's the internet now. Like we are just like, think about the words that came out of our mouth in the last 5 minutes of this podcast. It's like, who would have thought that none of what we just talked about was a thing 5 years ago?
Right.
We didn't do that for the Vine. No, ma'am.
We didn't.
No, we did. Remember Vine? What a good website.
Oh yeah, good old Vine.
And remember also that black and blue dress / gold and white dress.
That is trending again on Threads right now.
It is. You know why?
Why?
Because husband behind viral blue and black dress charged for trying to kill his wife.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Here, Johnston, the son-in-law of the woman whose dress broke the internet, terrorized his wife. So I don't know if that's one of the reasons it could be going viral. But yeah, I read that. I'm like, holy cow. Like, and again, what we're talking about is so funny to me. Like the fact that made news and that people listening, you and I talking about it, like we have a reference point for that. Of course, we don't know who these people are. But like, we're like, oh, wow, the blue and black dress, gold and white dress couple. Of course.
Yeah, know exactly who it is.
But is that wild? Yeah, so that's been. So let me ask you this. Was it gold and white or blue and black?
I have seen it in both. Like I was able to like go between the both, but I mostly see it in blue and black.
I get that. The first couple times, like the couple years ago, I was sold on white and gold. I was like, no, I can't unsee it. But now all I see is blue and black, 100%.
Right. Like Can't unsee it. So.
And now I'm looking at it again, and it's playing tricks on me, and I don't like that kind of witchery.
I'm gonna look at it on this old monitor that I have.
She's like, I'm using a 1980s Mac. Those are fun.
Have Macs there, like that display, like old was. There was an
Oh,
old
really?
Mac tower too. Like it was wild. So
it was a thing.
It was a thing.
So you're still convinced it's blue and black, or have you changed your tune on this?
It's still looking blue and black to me.
I get you.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of, we were a lot of things that happened in the news this week, and I have just been a pop culture junkie, right? So you know, Kim Kardashian has, of course, the Skims bodysuit,
yes.
right? And there's this TikToker who actually claims that it kept her from bleeding out. So TikToker claims Skims bodysuit saved her life after being shot 4 times. Quote, kept me from bleeding out. Exceptional work, Skims. Thank you for saving an American at a time.
I did see a story today. I didn't read the story, but I did see a headline from Associated Press. There you go.
We love it, AP.
Yes, we love it, AP. But apparently her brand is like worth $4 billion.
I believe that. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like, again, it's a very well-known brand. It's a very like practical thing you need, right? And it just.
And then she's saying to Kylie, "Yeah, you got $1 billion business with your makeup, but look at me, $4
like
billion.
I'm coming for you.
I'm Kim Kardashian.
I'm Kim Kardashian. No, she been making that coin. That is for damn sure. The other people who are making that coin. Did you hear about that viral barber who was like for a Los Angeles barber? He went viral because he was showing like messages between him and a client, and it's like had a whole bunch of like upcharges to do a house call for $1,500.
What? So, like, wait, backtrack. So, this barber does house calls $1,500.
Yeah, it's like that total. It's like $250 for this, $250 for that. You know, it's crazy. It's here. I'm about to pull this little text up. It was I thought I had screenshot of the text. I just apparently did the headline. Okay, I can't find the text. Okay, folks, sorry to tell you.
Great story.
Yes, overpriced is what they said.
Absolutely. Like.
But let me ask you, what would be the highest price that you would know? Like, no, that's true, bitch. You cut your own hair some days.
Right.
You're like, you know what?
Just trimmed it today. Like, just trimmed a little bit.
I love that. See, I wish if I could give myself a fresh fade. Oh, it'd be on like Donkey Kong.
Well, see, that's where it gets a little hairy because sometimes you might but sometimes you might like get into a groove where you're like, oh, I see all these fun like little hair hacks. Let me try them all. And you try them all, and then you realize this doesn't look good. Let me try cutting it myself some more. And then you realize, oh, everything is very uneven right now, so you have to chop your hair off. So that didn't happen in 2021. What?
So you're going with the cute little Liza Minnelli haircut. Now let me ask you this: so what's the worst hair situation you've ever gotten yourself into due to your little hands and a pair of scissors? What's the worst situation you can remember? That was it. That you're like you just kept.
Yeah. So like I did like 3 different techniques to like do layers and stuff like that. I don't know why. I don't know why till this day.
Girl, she gave hers out 3 haircuts.
Just kept cutting. So.
And how short did it get? And uneven? Did it end?
It was pretty short. Like it was very short. So.
Now, how did you combat that with like obviously during that time too? Like we could probably wear more hats and things like that, like scarves.
I just wore it. She
said, "I'm gonna live my best life."
Right. Like,
that's what I'm.
Sometimes it's nice to have short hair. So.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
But you're like, I wasn't intending to go that short. But see, that sounds like a very like positive story. But have you ever like destroyed your hair that you're like, oh my god, what has occurred?
That time.
It's still that time, and you're like, you know what, bitch, I'm gonna wear it.
There's a close second, and I didn't get it fixed though. Like I cut it pretty short, and I was like, oh no. It was like my birthday too. I was like, birthday haircut. So, but.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that on that.
Yeah.
Well, again, another thing that came through the news this week is there was a study done on Tinder.
Okay.
Right. And I don't know if you heard this, and I know, there are aspects when people are dating and all that good stuff, but this gives me no hope in the event that I ever am single again. But it says nearly 2/3 of Tinder users, again, 2/3 of Tinder users are not single, research says. So that there it is, right? Isn't that wild though? Like to think like that many people are utilizing an app. And again, I'm not proposing that. Like obviously, like we're very new age podcast folks. There's open marriages, there's agreements in marriages. I'm not like that. Okay, fine. But I did think that stat was pretty darn high.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right. How does that make you feel about the dating world, El Pity?
Can't think of the words. Disappointed? Yeah, disappointed.
Can't think of
Hopeless? Yeah, hopeless.
Listen, maybe this isn't hopeless. Florida Japanese steakhouse shuts down after customers test positive for meth after eating at restaurant. Isn't that fun?
I don't have any business in Florida anyway, so we're good.
I know. Literally, I'm like, can you imagine going to a sushi restaurant or Japanese steakhouse?
That's like Fort Lauderdale.
As I'm literally wearing out my Fort Lauderdale jersey, that's actually hilarious. But yeah, these people are. I just couldn't believe it. I'm like, my God. It's like, and I'm not even trying to be funny here, but like, is that like a ploy to get them to come back?
Right. Really
They're like, no. Yeah, their Yelp reviews are like, this is the most addicting seafood I've ever had.
Right. This is so freaking good. Like,
well, it's steakhouse, and I think like usually like there's like steak and the fish and the sushi.
In lieu of salt, we use meth.
We yum. Sorry, trigger warning for those of you who are. We'll just move on. Nonetheless, RuPaul's Drag Race
All Stars 8.
So it is crazy. So this week's episode, this is the week before they crown an all new winner, and honestly, like you and I were predicting / talking about, they brought it down to a final 2. And of course, sorry, this is spoiler
alert. Yes, big spoiler alert. Please don't spoiler alert because we about to talk about shit.
Yeah, the shit. Spoiler alert shit.
So after the last episode, we had a top 3, and that was
Jessica Wilde
and Candy Muse.
Jimbo.
Exactly, that was our top 3. And what did they have to do? I forgot that episode already. I forgot what.
Yeah, they did something. We talked about it last week, but it was the Friends of Friends episode, right? I think it was called the L word or something of the sort.
L word, that's what it was. That's correct. Yep. And so, and it came down to, so Candy won the episode. She was the top all-star for the week.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum. Yuck your yum or whatever.
Yuck my yum. Yeah, girl, don't do it.
Yuck my yum. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Sade.
But anyways, so unfortunately, since it's a top 3, it doesn't matter who wins the lip sync because it comes down to Candy anyway, unless one of the 2 bottom queens vote for themselves. It works out.
Which at that point in the competition would be so bonkers. Like if someone was like, "I'm going home," it's like, "Wow, okay."
Right. I'm doing Heidi and Ben de la Creme and almost Alexis Mateo and almost not Mateo. I'm sorry, Michelle and
Kahana.
There we go. Names on the tip of my tongue. But
that's my worst trait. Like I wouldn't quit just because I'm just like I'm overly not a quitter, and that's not like saying that I'm better than people or anything. I don't have quit in me. I have zero fucking chill. If I'm going in, I'm going in for the kill, especially a competition girl.
Right, like I paid too much money for this. Like I'm
100% girl.
So like there was one time in a pageant where I just messed up the interview completely, and I walked out there. I'm like, well, don't have to be nervous tonight. Let's do this. Let's have fun. So still competed. I didn't drop out. So
exactly, girl, you can't. That's the thing. You just gotta persevere. But anyway, got down to the top 2. Jessica Wilde, of course, was eliminated in that episode, which brings us down to Jimbo and Candy into this new episode, which, to my surprise, brought back every single one of the queens.
So Jessica just was like, "Oh, I'm still here. It's fine. I'm just going around the corner real quick." But what they did was their variety show.
Da, 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 da. That was really fun. So I like that they kind of put it at the tail end of the season. It also showed. I love that they all have tracks, but I think that's what makes the other acts super unique.
Yes.
Now, who was standout for you? I mean, they of course prior to that they did that Reading is Fundamental challenge, which was super funny as well.
Yeah, that was super funny.
I love when they lean into comedy.
Yes, I do too. I just love a good reading challenge.
I love it.
It's just gonna be like, you're ugly.
I know. Then people are crying. I'm like, oh man.
I don't mean sorry.
I know, it's so true. And here's the reality: like, if LP and I did a roast on each other, it would probably hurt so deep. I mean, we could handle it. We would laugh. But, like, we know each other so well that it's like, girl, we could go.
Right.
Anyway, I digress.
I was gonna make
the library is not open.
It's not, no. But I really did like Lala Ree.
She was super good.
Gosh, who was Like, I thought James was good. I didn't think that she was going to be in the top. And I try to think of everybody else's. Oh, I like Jessica's. Jessica's was really good.
Jessica, a lot of energy. Yeah, I really like Darien Lake. I thought humor. I always have a little stand-up act, of course, so that was nice. But yeah, and then in the end, they end up doing a little lippin' and sankin'. And I do like that Candy and Jimbo got to be the hostesses with the mostesses for the show. I think you and I would be super good at something like that.
Yeah, I think so too. I wish they would have done their talents, because I would love to see that as well. Wait, did they?
They definitely did.
They did.
They totally did.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did.
Look, our audience was so supportive. They still clap for us.
Thank you.
Dude, no. So there was the Candy Muse did the one in her all pink attire. And to be very clear, the only reason I even know this is because I literally watched it minutes before we're recording tonight.
Okay.
So that, I mean, I assure you, had I watched it a couple days ago, I would remember very little detail, like most of these episodes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Candy was just in all pink, and then Jimbo actually did that. She made the sundae. Remember, she pulled it out of her hat, and then she put it on the.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
She's like,
I'm gonna have to rewatch this episode. Clearly.
She's like, that's right. It occurred. Things occurred.
Oh yeah, let's finish this episode first before we talk about what the hell's going on next. So
oh yeah, no, this is going to be fun. So it's obviously the Fame Games, which we'll talk about our votes in just a moment. But it brought James Mansfield and Miss Lala Ree to the very top. They did a lip sync, and they both ended up winning for the first tie of the season. Yay. We loved it. We love to see it. So that's right. Yeah. Now, then they both ended up getting a chance to spin the wheel. Yes. And that basically doubled or tripled or 5 times the amount of votes that they could get on the Fame Game competition, which is the online social games.
Yes.
Now, James Manfield's got the 2 times, right? So everything counts twice. And then Lala Ree got the 3 times. So super good. Yes, but I got to tell you, prior to that, prior to seeing that, the campaigning that Darien Lake was doing online.
So funny.
Was
so freaking funny. Oh my God.
It was absolute Sade.
Yes.
And it was also just brilliant. Like I love that she can poke fun, and I like that the other queens were even like I think I saw a comment from Lala Ree like, I'm voting for you for Fame Games, because it's just so funny. She's like, you know, this person has all. They don't need this. I need this. So
my question to you is, did you vote for Fame Games?
So the reality is I did vote for Fame Games.
Good. Very good.
Yes.
I thought you were going to ask me the same thing.
But... Oh. Did you? Did you vote for Fame?
No, it's fine. It's fine. We don't have to talk about it anymore. It's cool. We can just move on, I guess. It's fine.
No, it's like it's literally like communication 101. You're like, how are you? Good. How are you? Then it's like a tennis match. I'm like, yeah, I apparently I got hit with the dodgeball, and I was like, Poosh.
It's great. You didn't do stick figures like I did last week.
No, I was waiting for follow up, but anyway, yes. Did you vote for Fame Games?
Yes, I did.
Very good. Now, explain how the voting worked from a allocation standpoint.
So you get 10 votes.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yes. So, which I didn't like how the voting thing happened, because like, what if you wanted to give all 10 votes to one queen? You have to do it like one at a time. Which,
exactly.
Whatever, it's fine. I still got to vote. My vote hopefully is heard. Votes are hopefully heard.
Did you vote for anyone more than one time?
Yes.
Okay, good. Same.
Yes.
Who was the person you voted for the most?
2 queens.
Okay, hit me with both of them.
So I think I did, I don't know what the numbers are, but I did the most votes for Lala Ree and Jessica.
Oh, wow, plot twist. Most of my votes went to Miss Darien Lake.
Nice.
So this is going to be interesting.
I think I gave her a vote. I gave a vote to, oh my gosh, I just forgot all the queens now. Whoops. Okay.
Alexis, Monica, Candy, she can't do it.
Nope.
James Manfield, Kahana.
Pretty sure I gave a vote to James. Oh gosh, give me the queens. Just give me the list of queens.
She's a super queen. Did my shouting them at you didn't help? I'm guessing.
Because the other ones, the names she did.
You know.
James. Yeah, James, I gave
got
a
it.
couple votes too. I feel like I gave some votes to Darian.
Mrs. Kasha Davis, maybe?
I think so.
Mrs. Kasha Davis.
Because I really liked her song too. Yeah, she was one of the ones that I liked during the variety, and I'm just like, you didn't expect it, but like had a good beat too. Like I'm just like, okay, Kasha.
Absolutely. No, this season was like I did enjoy the season. There are some severe rumors that there's a all stars winners situation happening. Because there are rumors right now that Alaska Thunderfuck, along with Bob the Drag Queen, are currently off of their podcasts.
Okay.
And allegedly maybe recording something. Okay. So I am telling you right now, if Alaska and Bob are on a season of anything, I'm in like Flynn.
And here's the thing too. Bob the Drag Queen is no longer on the HBO show either. There's new hosts for that. So
interesting. So this could be. Might be some extra time. So if that happens, I'm super excited now. Now we are getting down to the wire. Of course, we will find out who is the winner of Fame Games here in less than a week, frankly.
Yeah. Oh, wait, we don't find it out like in 2 days? No, yeah, we find it out on July 21st.
Yeah, but less than a week.
Like 2 days. Who says less than a week for 2 days?
She's like, bitch, it's 48 hours. I mean, you ain't even wrong about that. It's less than 40. Actually, the T is actually true. It's hours away. Everyone will know, and of course, we'll talk about it immediately following it the following week.
Right. Like I might set an alarm to wake up at midnight to watch it because I can do that now.
Oh yeah, so that would happen. Oh, that is true. You're good news, folks. El Pity is actually retired, so congratulations.
Yes, retired, laid off, whatever it
is. Again, I like to silver lining with everything, Miss Girl. We're going to call it retirement. Again, it doesn't mean you can come out of retirement. I mean, this is totally practical. She's like she can volunteer at the museum. That's what I just.
Holy mammoth.
Oh no, I don't even think they let you do that. They like I just feel like when you're a retiree, I feel like you just like take a ticket, take people's tickets.
Give tours.
She's like, bitch, I'm the head volunteer. I do tours around this fucking museum.
And here you see a stuffed lion.
Here's a stuffed motherfucking lion. Okay.
They usually live places. Don't know where.
They live around the world. Moving on. Rob. Here we have Rob. Here we got T-Rex. Not a real animal. Moving on.
Not a real animal.
I'm just saying that's how I would give the tours. I'd be like, T-Rex, fake news.
Now, before you ask, we do not have a unicorn here. I'm sorry.
No.
They are touring the world right now.
They're touring the world.
It's weird. I don't know.
Unicorns. What a fun, okay. I have to have a moment to speak about unicorns for just a moment because you brought them up. Unicorns, people make them sound to be such majestic creatures, but they are literally a horse with a corn cob on their forehead.
That's it.
It literally blows me away how they have become one of the most, and yes, some even have wings if they're fancy. Pegasus, yes. No one says that. Orange. Tomato. Pegasus. Pegasus. We'll move on. Checkmate, bitch. Checkmate. We'll move on. You won this chess game. I'll get you next time.
Just ask me to say the word purple. You're good.
For real. That should be the name of our. Anyway, I digress. Now, but yeah, it's just fascinating to me that it's like. So hold on, you're telling me that the only unicorns who have wings is Pegasus.
Yeah. All
of the unicorns are simply rainbow dyed hair, mane and tail. Great shampoo, by the way. And then they have a little, and even the little what do you call that, horn? Yeah. The horn is actually sometimes kind of twisty, like a soft serve ice cream.
Right.
That's
the mythical piece, the magical piece.
the swirly horn. You're like, this is the best we could do with our imagination.
Right.
But again, listen, I'm not here to judge. We're from a society in 2023 who's doing yum, yum, yum ice cream. So listen, we're not here to judge all of you old folks. El Pity is doing movements of the video lady. It's like a hard, and then she just touched her cheeks, which I think means gang gang.
Gang gang. I was like bubble pop, I thought.
Oh, bubble pop. I really have no idea. And the internet still amazes me. I love the little dance. She could be a little TikTok dancer. Yes. So anyway, but that's always been fascinating to me. I like, because people really love unicorns, and I'm like, they are not even. I'm not here to be a hater. I promise. It sounds super hateful, but It's not even that cool.
They're not even real.
They're not even real. First of all,
Nope.
wake up and smell the reality.
You know what are? Did I say that right?
Yeah, you didn't.
You know what is? They are real. The animal is narwhals.
Narwhal is real, maybe. I don't know.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, they're weird.
I listen. You literally could. You could be gooping and gagging me right now, and I could have no idea.
I promise you, narwhals is a weird thing. Pretty much like a whale with a big ass horn on its
Yep.
head.
So it's a whale unicorn.
Yeah.
A woonicorn. That's not it. That's not it. So yeah, that's that. But I do find it fascinating that we've made this mythical creature. And Pegasus, at least she's a little clever little lady. She got her little wings. And I know she's technically a he. I'm not here to misgender. I just sometimes I get a little sassy.
They're not like
girl,
female
where?
horses. There's female horses. There could be females, unicorns, and Pegasus.
Mm-hmm. Wait, are you saying
That
Pegasus
guy.
is a type of species?
I don't know.
Oh, because I thought Pegasus was just that one homie of Hercules.
I mean, there's a Pegasus
Hercules!
and Sailor Moon, so I'm not sure.
Wait, hold on. You're saying there's Pegasuses.
Yeah, Pegasus.
Pegasissies. Yeah, but there are other Pegasi in Sailor Moon, like more than one.
No, there's just one. There's just like one Pegasus.
Oh, interesting. See, I wonder if Pegasus means something.
Probably.
Well, tune in next week to #Now Podcast where we dive into the meaning of Pegasus. Everyone's like, no.
That's right. Nope, you lost me.
So let me ask you this. We have a show and we have every right to do what I'm about to ask. If you could make a fictional fairy tale animal like a unicorn, and we'll name it maybe, but what would it be? What would be maybe one unique animal with 3 different traits that are super unique to it?
Death Bunny.
Death Bunny, and it causes, I'm assuming.
It has a horn that's as long as a narwhal's because I think it's like 4 feet.
Ooh,
and
as
so
a
it impales like.
Oh my god, this is so dark. And it impales people and things.
And
Wow.
It has like super long nails so it can scratch you.
Oh,
And then-
are they painted or are they just long?
Oh, obviously painted. Come
What
on.
color are they? Iridescent.
Iridescent, obviously. Like,
Iridescent. What about her horn? Is her horn a little iridescent too?
a
It
little
matches.
sparkly, glittery.
Oh, sparkly.
Yeah.
Beach sparkle.
Beach sparkle.
And then she's wearing some like cute Keds, I bet.
Exactly. And the third thing is that
She was not subscribing for that to be the third attribute. Did you notice that, everyone? She said, Keds, not what I said. So I said 2 already. That doesn't count as that's not my third wish, Aladdin.
no, that's just an accessory.
Oh, T. Okay. Now I was thinking a glued high heel. No, just kidding. Okay. So the third attribute would be.
Third attribute, probably flying. Like, that'd be just.
Oh, of course. How could you
Death
not like?
Bunny.
Duh. Fly, buddy, fly. I love that.
Out here's a Death Bunny. Like, how's that going to be on the news? Like, and now, you heard of more murder hornets. It's never happened.
Me and a hand yet.
Murder hornets.
I love that. Mine would probably be like a big, strong animal, like a gorilla. So it has
Okay.
power, rah.
Rah.
And then the 3 attributes, the gorilla would definitely have wings, absolutely.
Mhm.
And actually, I think it would be just a
Gorilla angel.
exactly just
Flying in the air.
rah, me, I'm all gorilla. And I would make sure that gorilla is bright pink,
Mhm.
very like obviously.
I'm here for that.
And well, the thing that's really unique about this gorilla is it actually has the tiniest hands and the tiniest feet.
Oh,
So it's very
like him.
cute. It's kind of like, remember Bonsai Buddy? I'm Bonsai Buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you like a
wow.
Bonsai Buddy. Mhm.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That was
Thank you.
a throwback.
Yes, Napster. That's
Napster.
the thing. Napster.
Mm.
It's what you know. Yeah, that was drama in our day, but that again, stay tuned for more on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I don't know if our option. I 100% would advocate for our fairy tale animals. Fairy tale animals. I think we're very creative. For those of you listening at home or even watching, think about what your fairy tale animal would be. Think about your favorite animal or an animal in general, and 3 attributes to make it unique.
Put it in the comments. Like, do it.
Oh yeah,
Do it
I should
here.
do a call to action. Yes, that's what we call that in the biz.
Mhm.
Call to action. Comment that. What would it be? What would it be? We must know.
Yeah.
And if you're the only comment, don't feel shy.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's
Just
okay.
say
Nobody's
maybe
watching
I.
us right now. It's
Nobody's
fine.
watching us right now, so it's fine. So just be the first. It's
Yeah.
cool.
It's fine.
Remember, there's a lot of people who did things the first time that was cute.
Right.
The airplane. You know, the TikTok girl. Yum yum yum. So that's that on
The
that.
pink
But you know
flying
what's
gorilla.
the pink flying gorilla?
The
Exactly.
Death Bunny.
Death Bunny. That one isn't going to be a hit. Death Bunny is just that one's marketable.
Right.
That one is like I can see it being popular on TikTok. I can see Death Bunny X McDonald's meals coming out.
Exactly.
Merchandise.
Like,
Yep.
you want to cuddle your Death Bunny? Just take the horn off real quick, and then you can cuddle, and then keep
Oh,
the
that
horn
is
next
so
to you just
cute.
in case they're intruders in your house, and you can stab them. You know.
That is true. Or it could be an adult novelty item.
That might hurt because this is
And
Death
you
Bunny.
could sit on the horn.
Don't do it.
Death Bunny.
Don't impale yourself.
don't impale yourself. Do your pussy. Yeah, don't do that. That would be what we call not fun.
That's called a medical bill that you don't want to pay. So
No, exactly. And we live in America, for those of you listening internationally, and frankly, we can't afford that to be impaled by a Death Bunny.
to pay for that, so it's weird.
Very that. But yeah, that's that on that, folks. So of course we're going to tune in to Drag Race this week. We will of course update all you fine folks next week.
Yeah.
Belle Pity, that wraps episode number 109.
Yes, and 110 we're talking about the winners. Like we're talking about what goes down because I'm really curious to see how this format goes for announcing the winner of the Fame Games.
100%.
Because is this
Now,
recorded or like?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, is it like some sort of reunion? Is there like I know there's probably no live audience, but like I'm very curious about the format. It's given us a couple twists and turns. So you're right. Like it's going to be very curious how this plays out.
Yes. Leave your predictions down below.
Death Bunny.
Death Bunny.
Well, folks, we love you so much for listening, and we will see you next week. My name is John.
I'm Belle Pity.
And this hashtag.
That podcast.
Bye.
Bye.